Hi, I'm Jason Matthews, owner of Matthews Painting Company near Warsaw, Indiana. We continue our tutorial videos that we show each new employee who we train to become professional painters. This video is going to be a video on what we do for the first time when we actually get the shop vac out of the van and into the customer's home. The first thing we do is we like to open it up and do an inspection. So how we open this shop vac up is we have two little tabs here that just click open, and we just pull the top off. And the first thing I take a look at is this filter. Now earlier today I actually brushed this out with a dust brush, but we inspect the filter and see if it's still usable, meaning not plugged up, and this one looks pretty good because I actually cleaned it. If this looks good, then that inspection is completed. If it does not, we actually remove this cover with just a little twist to the left, and this just pops right off of the top piece of the shop vac. I'm going to reach over here for 1 minute and grab a dust brush. What I would then do is I would go out to the road, or we would do this at our shop, and I would lay some plastic down and I would pound this pretty hard on the plastic, but not over the customer's driveway or sidewalk. That would make a mess. So we like to go out to the road, lay some plastic down, and we would just dust brush aggressively into those ribs, pounding it on top of the plastic on the ground until basically this filter looks clean. Now if we look down in here after we clean it and it's still just full of debris, or if we see black, which would be mildew, we just throw it away, and we would start with a new filter, which we actually keep in our shop. To actually put this back, we will push hard, and then we come back with this cap here. Takes a little bit to actually get it in there correctly. You'll feel it drop into some ribs. It's a little bit of a struggle. Sometimes it just goes right in, and other times it does not. There we go. It just tightens, so you go left to undo it, like so, and then to actually put it in, it sets down in there. Usually it's a little easier than this. There we are. So you just want to make sure it's flush all the way around the edge there. So it sets down in, and once it's flush, you give it just a little turn to the left and it tightens up. The next thing we inspect, we actually put a bag, which this is a fine dust vac dust bag. It's for a 5 to 8 gallon shop vac. And we actually inspect the current bag that's in there. So if we could come up close here. So before we even use this in our customers' homes, we actually pull this back and we look for any tears. And we make sure there's no tears around these corners. There's no tears in here. Now this looks old because it is about a quarter full, so it's still usable. And since there's no tears, we would be able to carefully put this portion back in there, and we could continue with the process. Now if there were tears, what we would do is we would completely disassemble. So we would come back here behind the little cardboard piece and pry it off, take this out, and we would dispose of it in a trash bag that we would keep in one of our work vans. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put on a new vacuum bag. There are 3 in this package. So this is what they look like when they're brand new. And what I like to do before I put it in there is I like to go ahead and spread this out a little bit. It's kind of like an accordion. And I like to open it up just a little bit. And the reason I like to do that is that there's paper right here that needs to be broken back, and I do not want to push through this part of the paper, so that's why I open this up. And then you'll probably hear this if you come in close, but I take the paper and I push like that all the way around, and I break the paper and make sure all the way around the rubber gasket that paper has broken back. Then, if you can get the camera down here to see, we will wrap this up just a little bit. We'll close it up. We'll put it inside the Shop Vac here. Okay. I kind of open it back up a little bit because I'm going to push this assembly right here through this little rubber gasket here where I broke the paper through. So this is where I'm actually going to grab it here on the cardboard, making sure this is pulled back right here so I don't rip right through the bag. And there's two little tabs here, and I believe that's the only place they are on here, and they'll pop right over the top of those. And so if you notice, that's pushed all the way in, down here and up there. And then we just kind of bring this around like so. And now we are ready to just drop this top assembly down in. We have to be careful, make sure this isn't folded over like this. Make sure that just goes in right in between there, sits back down, and we lock it like that. Also, I do like to unhook our hose here. It unscrews counterclockwise, and make sure there's no debris in there. Sometimes there's paper clips, there's sticks, there's junk in here. I always like to clean that out, make sure it's free of any objects. I also take a look down in here. Many times we have paper clips or bobby pins or other things that have gotten in there, and you don't quite get the suction coming through your hose. It's important that you get this on the right side. You can see how it says Shop Vac on the front. This is the side that actually has suction. This is the side that actually blows out. So you could also use this as a blower if you were using it on a deck. You could blow leaves off a deck. We really don't use it for that reason. We have other tools that we use for that. But the side that actually is the suction for the vacuum is the side that says Shop Vac. And that's just a little tutorial on how to use this Shop Vac if you're actually vacuuming up dry material. We'll have another video of accessories, and we'll also open this up and show you how it can be used as a wet vac. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked what you saw, you can just give us a thumbs up on our YouTube channel, or you could also contact us on matthewspainting.com.